welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner, Albert Campman. Albert, YSU Athletics Department, Hall of Fame. That's an honor, regardless what sport, when. I just don't like when they put people in after they're gone. That's
Right.
my big thing.
Yeah, and as a former YSU Penguin, knowing the caliber of play, the great athletic program that YSU has had for years, it's quite an honor for this 2020 class, going in September 25th of 2021. Starts out with Tom Clayton, who played baseball. I remember he was a 2010 Horizon Player of the Year.
Let's talk about so much. We cover so much.
All right.
I didn't realize they've only ever had one.
It's him.
That's pretty impressive.
Yep, only Player of the Year, and that is quite an honor for Tom. And 10 years later, he's in. I know that the baseball players that played with him probably were thinking why it took so long when you're the only player in program history named Conference Player of the Year. Yeah. Joe Conroy, they used the word contributor with him because he's been so long in the YSU athletic department, close to 20 years. Was a volleyball coach, very successful there, all-time winningest coach with 188 victories. Anytime you have the word all-time in front of your name, you know, George, that you've accomplished something. Aaron Merrill, YSU scholar athlete. I like that when I read that. And I said, I better put that in there for our show. Two-time academic All-American. Sometimes the word scholar athlete's used too much for kids who are there just to go play in the league, but not for Aaron. Aaron decided a long time ago that academics was going to be very important. And so congratulations, Aaron, for that. Frank McCorney, you know how good he was because he got a tryout with the Steelers, played 4 games for them in 1985. In his career, he caught a lot of passes when they weren't throwing the ball as much, 87 passes, George. The game's changed a lot.
Yeah, you read that and you're using today's numbers like, oh, wow, 80. Well, back when they only threw 20 times a game,
Yes.
that was a lot.
Yeah, eras are divided into decades, and that's the way you look. You got to look at the decade they played and compare with everybody else. So many young, and I call them young whippersnappers, like to go back and say, how could you say he was any good when his ERA was 4 or when he only caught 87 passes? Well, they have no idea that in that 10 years. Go that 10 years only, and find out comparing with the other players, and that's where Frank showed up big time, big enough to play in the NFL for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
When they do that with Babe Ruth, they go, 60. I said, do you understand? You have to take it in context. No other team hit 60.
Yeah, it's just so.
Now you
crazy.
need to put that in perspective.
Yeah.
Like Bradshaw threw the ball 20 times,
At
18,
most.
20. Ben will throw that in a quarter and a half.
No question. Every quarterback that they end up
So you can't compare numbers.
Yeah, you can in that 10-period decade.
Yes.
I said you can't compare 1983 to 2021.
No, it's not
They're
the same
completely
game.
different.
No.
Sport. But also, George, you get beyond that. The rules have changed. I mean, also the rule changes have made it impossible to think it's the same in football and basketball.
Running down the field against Donnie Shell, he give you a haircut at about the 30-yard line. You guys should be getting up.
Just running.
Chuck Noll called him the criminal element.
Just
well,
running.
his part of it was his team. He called the Raiders.
Oh, no, Raiders and Steelers. They're the
Every
worst.
bit of, like Jack Tatum, he didn't wear all that on the forum. He was using that.
Yeah, you young people who want to learn from us, we'll tell you what's happening today and what happened a long time ago. That's a major rule change, where a receiver will run out for a pass, turn his head to go make a cut, and get knocked down by 2 guys.
Yeah, knocked out.
Before the ball was thrown. Now there's a 5-yard, 5-yard. You can only hit him for 5 yards, and after that you got to let him go. That's a major change. Watch Bradshaw's pass in the Super Bowl that he completed for a touchdown. He threw it, stood there, and next thing you know, Cole from Dallas put his helmet right through his nose, concussion, out cold. It was 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes late. Today they would throw both people throw out of the league.
If Brady just points. I saw Ray Lewis one day. Best thing I've ever seen.
Pointed.
Well, Brady pointed. Guys threw the flag. Ray Lewis went nuts.
Yes.
No wonder.
Yeah, so the game is so different.
No, it's not the
and at
same.
YSU, it's different. So these people going in, don't look at their records.
Not the
Look-
numbers, no.
Numbers. Look how great a player they were.
Yes.
And that takes us to Marcella Scaife in track and field. Great long jumper. Set the school record at the time in 19.2. Mid-continent conference record. Then she went on to coach at YSU. A great coaching career, coaching the jumps. Marcella has been a key component of this tremendous track and field program that YSU has today, from playing and competing and coaching. Rebecca Skylack, volleyball, her numbers are unbelievable. You can look it up. She was a tremendous killer of the ball. When I say killer, she put away so many. She put away so many kills. George has watched many volleyball matches.
I love
likes
it.
his volleyball. Knows the setters are so important, but also a girl that can put it away, and that's what Rebecca did. And Pat Toller, the last one. Pat played from 1981 to 84. Was a tackle machine, and at that time, remember, they were running the ball more, and he was a first-team All-Ohio conference pick, and is still in the top 10 in tackles all time. What a great group going in! Congratulations to the Penguins and all future Penguins and all past Penguins. Give a hand to this group.
Absolutely, well done. How about this? This is impressive.
Yeah, the YSU softball team just became so much better. And sometimes, in these transfer rules, you're not sure what you're getting. Well, we do know what we're getting here as Megan Turner returns from her tremendous high school career in Ohio, being the Ohio Gatorade Player of the Year. She went to Kent State. Now she is transferring in for the 2022 season with Coach Brian Campbell. George, the coach's eyes light up when they get a player like Megan returning to take over the softball program.
No, that's, as we said before, how big a state Ohio is. When you're Gatorade Player of the Year in Ohio,
Right.
coach has to be ecstatic.
Yeah, her stats were tremendous in high school. You can look up Megan. I don't have to go all through it completely, but she is one of those big timers that comes back to YSU that puts their program. They were already here. Now it puts them elevates to another level. Congratulations to Coach Campbell for landing her, coming in from Kent State, which is good in everything. That is awesome. And finally, Justice Reeder, we watched rush to pass for YSU just a couple years ago, is getting a second chance. Tennessee is offering him a contract. You only get so many chances, George, in the pros.
Yeah.
Hope he's in the best shape of his life. Hope he goes down there and makes an impression on special teams or whatever he has to do. He transferred in from Virginia Tech, if you remember, from YSU to Virginia Tech, if you remember. It was really, really good. Here's what I say: you get first time you get one chance. If you get that second chance, give it all you got, because
He should be the first guy there.
Yes.
The guy say, hey, we're not open for another 10 minutes
Right.
or whatever. Because as you say, when you see the word undrafted,
Right.
you don't get 6 chances.
No. And the number one pick, and Justice will say, I'm better than him. Well,
Maybe.
they just gave him $2.3 million to sign.
Yeah.
They're not giving up on him quick. That's just the way, that's the economics of the NFL.
And you know what? If you follow, obviously anything can happen. Tennessee loaded up.
Oh, yeah, they had a nice team.
Yeah, I mean, they were good before.
They got a nice team, no question.
Now you add Julio down by the
Yes.
schoolyard. Now
Yes.
you add this guy.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, they're good on both sides of the ball. Mm-hmm. And then what can they do that we like? They can pass and run.
Yeah.
You can't load the box with that monster.
No.
And then they'll kill you deep.
Yeah, Tennessee, when you have Brown and Henry on the same team, you have Julio Jones, they will be a offense that will not be easily stopped for sure. The only way to do it will be rush the passer, and that's why everybody's looking for pass rushers.
Yeah.
That's why Reed has a chance.
There it comes back to the
Yep.
same thing.
Yes.
We have a buddy who's an NFL agent, and he has a guy undrafted that the Bears like, and he's there so far. And was he left tackle? His job, keep this dude from getting there.
Yeah.
And that's what the games come down to when they prioritize players.
Yes, they do.
Quarterback,
Yeah. Left tackle, it does. And
Left
on
tackle,
offense,
pass rusher,
on
defense.
offense. And on defense, who can rush the passer,
D-back.
and then who can play cornerback, have a shutdown corner.
that's what Al said the other day. Someone was asking about one of these teams, and Al says to the guy, he says, how good is their line? Because if the guy has all day, I don't care. If he can eat a sandwich back there
They're
like
NFL,
Brady,
they're NFL quarterbacks.
it's done. It's
Yeah.
done. It's over.
Yeah, even the greatest of all time, Tom Brady. When you get pressure up the middle against him, he looks pedestrian. The minute you give him an extra second, you can Katie bar the door. He's going to find that
I
guy.
don't think he knows what's happening ahead
ahead of time. He does. He really
I
does.
watched him yesterday.
He does, though.
He was throwing the ball at practice. They have this machine that if you stick it right in the middle, it shoots it back at you. He was sticking it from
Coming right back to him.
Al, listen,
Over and over?
Albert, look, it was this wide. And I'm like, stop that.
Yeah, it's amazing what he can do.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
accurate.
Yes.
Let's put it that.
Yes.
Hey, let's look at the big boys now. Major League Baseball. I mark this day every year because I don't like it because the rich get richer or richest. Mm-hmm. And we're going to look at that. It's Friday at 4, the 30th at 4. Pirates already traded the National League, possibly the batting champion.
He was gone 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Well, we said that.
Yeah, well, that is nothing new to us. Looking at the comeback from it, from a standpoint of a fan, it looked really weak. We're going to find out 3 years from now. That's when you do find out. But they got one top 5 guy for Frazier. The other 2 were just prospect deluxes that anybody has in their system.
So you're not drinking the Kool-Aid. L, look, because right away I called him. I said, well, did they get fleeced again? Mm-hmm. So, well, the one guy. And then 5 minutes later, our buddy down in Florida that studies it really close said exactly what you said. He said, the one guy, and he said, don't forget they have 1 million shortstops in their system.
Well, that's the way Tampa's always did it. See, I think that is wise. Tampa's traded from strength.
Okay.
And that's probably who they're trying to copy. If we have 4 good shortstops, we can get rid of 2 of them for pitching.
Okay, I get you.
That is really
okay.
Somebody has a lot of point guards. They can say, we can give this one up and get a great post back. So that is wise. That is not. Let's put it. That has nothing to do with what they got. They're just getting the best players they could get. I just thought they get 2 top prospects for Frazier. I thought they'd hold out for it longer.
Didn't you think they might? When do you get major leaguers back?
Never anymore.
No more.
No.
So that's out.
Yeah, that's out. Unless you're 2 teams fighting to get in.
He's a cancer too. They went rid of him.
Yes, yeah.
Because Pittsburgh sent him money.
Yeah. They did. Today's world, you are not fleecing anybody. You're just going to try to get the best deal you get.
Yeah, like Danny Ainge fleecing his buddy.
Right.
That's
out.
And then no one will ever trade with him again.
Yeah, in Major League Baseball, no one wants to get their prospects up.
Remember Billy Bean and Moneyball? He's trying. Those guys are afraid to answer the phone.
Yes.
Don't answer it if it's Billy Bean.
Yes.
Because we're gonna get fleeced.
Yeah, so they're all trying to hold on.
Okay.
I would hope, in my thinking, because I'm a Pirate fan,
Yeah.
that they should have held them as long as they had to. I wouldn't have said let's get rid of them.
You'd have waited till Friday at 3
I'd wait
o'clock.
till next year.
See who's down.
I'd have waited till next year.
They controlled them another year.
I would have waited as long
And
as
let
I
me
can.
say this: I don't watch every game, but I watch more than my share.
Right, you watch a lot.
He's on base every.
Yeah, he's had a tremendous year.
And the center fielder.
Yeah, both of them have had. Well, that's why they probably won a couple more games they thought they would have, because those 2 guys have played way.
Oh,
above,
that kid from Brentwood.
Way above
that
their
kid from Brentwood.
Yeah, Reynolds.
He has some power.
Yeah, Reynolds just had a tremendous.
And this
year.
guy, every time I put the stinking TV on,
he's been on base this year.
he's on
He has
base.
been, yep.
Let's talk about the Cubs. They're ready to drop the atomic bomb.
Oh, they are. There's no question about that. And what they're waiting for is see these trades hurt the Cubs, because now people say we give this for Frazier, we're not giving much for Bryant either, and it's a struggle. I wouldn't want to be a general manager. Let's put it that way. Trying to unload players.
That's why they get those salaries. So
Yes.
we've talked about that. These guys are prized, and that's why someone says so-and-so makes so much money. Well, that's why.
Yeah, and before you could win a championship with one major trade, those general managers today are not giving anything up. They know exactly what that guy does at the bathroom. I mean, there's not like before. They know every player, and so Pittsburgh. When I look at that trade, I'm thinking I don't like what they got. And then you read a little deeper. Both those players have had great years this year.
And you know what else, too? That guy for the Padres, the one guy, they were a little short coming north. He was only 20 or something, and they brought him. So they must think he can do something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I'm judging it as a fleece.
I get it.
But I would think that they at least know what they're getting, because they're not going to get much. You're going to be surprised when you see a guy like Bryant from the Cubs, who's an all-star.
Rizzo.
They're going to say, "You mean they got 2 minor leaguers for Bryant?" Because that's what happens. Nobody's giving things away back to them. They will not give their prospects away. Every team is keeping their top prospects. That's just the way it is.
You know, I gave a guy the Cubs when he went to Vegas, and I gave him the Red Sox. He's going to win the Red Sox. He's going to lose the Cubs because
Right.
they're going to trade. They're just
They
struggling
started off
now.
decent, and
yeah.
then they
Well,
went
that's
bad, then
terrible.
they went, then they
When
went
you have a
terrible.
10-game losing streak,
Yeah, they went terrible.
Yeah,
and
they're
that's why they're giving them up.
Yeah.
If they were still in the
they
race,
buy.
Yeah.
they're
would.
never cheap.
Right.
Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Never. No, you're right.
Right.
Any team still in the race or the wild card looks to improve. Disappointing. You know who's my most disappointing team? You know, is the Twins. I'd unload that whole stinking
Yeah, they are. They already got their cruise.
caboodle.
Yeah, they're going. They thought their pitching last year. See, last 2 years, the pitch been really good.
And see, too, let's talk about that. You and I put it up the other day. I don't want to hear the 60-game season. Like, in my mind, the Dodgers haven't won since '88.
Right.
They could tell me all they want.
Last
I
year
know a
was
60.
different.
What makes baseball different? What do we sit here and
marathon, it
say?
is.
Wait till August. I tell them, I go, hell, he goes,
marathon.
"Pete, wait till August. Same with the golf tour. Wait till Sunday.
Yeah, it's a marathon. That's the way it
Wait
is all
till
the time.
Sunday. When
I
the
say-
nerves come in, too.
Yeah, I say it all the time that
No.
come August, if the team's in the race,
Yep.
that's where you'll see somebody pick a veteran up. Mm-hmm. That's when it happens. When they'll say, okay, we need one more player to put us over the hump. Let's get that done. And right now, they're going to say a lot of trades. You're going to see there's not much. I don't think there's going to be much you think because people don't want to give anything up. They hoard their players now, just the way it is.
Okay, here's something that's going on that is not surprising because if Big George were alive, if Big George, I had him down in our miscellaneous, but I'll mention him now. So I'm going to talk about the Red Sox just owning the Yankees like
Everybody's owning the Yankees.
like their grandparents.
Yeah, everybody's owning the Yankees right now, and
Jeez.
they have no bullpen. And once again,
But they didn't think they did have any bullpen.
oh no, they
right?
thought they had a great bullpen.
Exactly.
No, they thought they had a
There's
great
the
bullpen.
problem.
Yeah, and that's the Twins. I'm going to go right down the line. Everybody who thought they had a great bullpen is losing. Milwaukee's in first place. Why? Great bullpen. That's just what happens. The day is a 6-inning game. That's 2-2 in the sixth. And now we got 3 innings.
Oh, I have something
Which
for
team's
you.
going to win?
I have some news for you. I'm a little
Okay.
concerned today. The White Sox closer got 6 outs. They have the bow ties watching to make sure his arm doesn't fall off. They have his arm wrapped in camphor oil or whatever they call
know,
it.
it's-
He went 2 innings.
I read- and
It's a match. You think he's still alive
I know he's
today,
alive.
Al?
I know.
You think he's all right?
I
Should we
understand that.
check on him?
Yes.
What do you say about?
I know.
The other day I said, the guy's a no hitter. Take him out. And I said to a kid that's a fan, I call him a kid. He's 40. The guy says, "Oh yeah, he's not stretched out.
He only threw 80 pitches. 80.
He's been there for. They throw every day in the outfield.
I know. You and I don't grasp it. You know, we admit it on our
No,
shows.
no.
We don't, you know, you'd rather lose a game than keep your best pitcher in there. We don't grasp.
4 outs. They can't do 4 outs.
You're coming now into August. Now, they mean a lot early in the year too, but when it gets to August, every game is circled big. You can't lose it. Here's the Yankees with a 4-0 lead. Their bullpen has been in shambles for the last 3 weeks, and they call it on against
Bring him in again.
expecting
Let's watch that movie again. Different ending.
expecting something in return again.
God
So
bless
that's just
America.
yeah, it really bothers us, no question.
All right, now obviously we're in Indian territory. A lot of our buddies are big Indian fans. Changing the name. Here's my thought on it. Let me give you my thought. I don't think I can comment fairly because I'm not of Indian heritage.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll just leave it at that.
That is the best comment. I'm on Georgia's side for that. From a fan standpoint, I will probably continue.
It'll slip. The Redskins.
yes.
Oh, I've called the Redskins that 50 times.
Yeah,
And I don't mean disparaging.
No, me neither.
No.
And I'll tell you right on the phone. Any Indian friend of mine, I'll tell them straight up. I just say Cleveland Indians because I've done it since I was.
Yeah, we don't mean anything.
Not at all.
No, it is a misnomer. The bottom line is the name isn't even accurate.
Yeah.
They're not Indian.
No. So when George says that, that's exactly. I say it all the time. When somebody poor goes to rob the bank, I said, listen, I have food on my table every day. I have food on my table every day.
Yeah.
Think about growing up.
Yeah.
And what are we having tomorrow, Mom?
Yeah, you had to steal lunch.
You said, we don't have anything, honey.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So you live that way, and all of a sudden you think, I'm tired of not eating.
That's like you guys said. A guy called our radio show and, oh, they've been the Indians forever, and okay, yeah, that's.
He doesn't know what it like to be.
But
in that
the
part.
change isn't always bad either.
No, not at
No,
all.
I mean, now I don't like this stupid football team as the name.
Right.
I wish they were the
Come up with something different, right?
diplomats or
They come up with something better, couldn't they?
representatives or something. The football team. Boy, a lot of effort went into
Yeah,
that.
that's the truth.
All right, let's look at NBA. Now, you know I don't like Popovich, so I'm in a little bit of
Right off the bat,
here.
you're like,
yeah.
yes.
The way he treats the media,
He's always done that.
Yeah.
Think about
The
that.
stars in the Olympics are embarrassing themselves. When those, I didn't know Tatum was on the team.
Oh, I knew he was.
They got the 7 for 22, Durant and Lillard. Then I'm looking at the roster. Booker, Tatum. I'm like, I won't want to hear it. If you even try to give me they play together nonsense, here's what I'm doing to you. You
had a philosophy 2 minutes ago. I have my philosophy. I watched your team play. If there was 13 seconds left in the game, I knew Epps.
You would take that shot. Absolutely.
See, it's just the opposite here. They're passing up. Do you understand? Tatum's passed up.
Oh, absolutely.
No. See,
I know how good he is.
No, but see, they're doing the opposite. Usually you say,
I got this.
They never do. So they don't know how to play.
I understand.
They have
the antithesis. In other words, they're all the last guy.
Everyone.
So they don't want to seem selfish.
Yes.
I got you.
So
I saw Durant shot a couple
It's a
down the
sad
stretch.
commentary. Now Tatum, who's probably the best scorer of the bunch, stands in the corner. Look, he stands in the corner.
He's my guy.
Like Green from
like
a player can't play.
Yeah.
He's usually
like Draymond. Draymond shouldn't be shooting the ball.
Like Tatum usually has the ball going one-on-one and scoring his 50th point.
No.
So they drew the team up terribly, thinking that there's one basketball.
Too many last shot guys in the way.
Every one of them's the last
Maybe
shot guy.
I got you.
Everyone.
Absolutely.
There's not a guy on the team.
Booker's the last shot guy. Murray's absolutely.
No, everything. So they don't. So let's say I don't want to hurt Durant's feelings.
Yeah.
So I'll pass up. I won't back my guy in and
He
take
did
him.
miss 2 the last minute.
Yeah, they did.
Let me say.
No, they missed 7.
No, he missed 2.
He missed 2. I saw it.
Let me say this too. Michael Wilbon has a line. He's old timer. He's like
Michael, huh?
Now Kornheiser's even older and more crotchety than us, but he's in the middle. But he makes a good point. He has a quote. He says, France and these other teams, they have a couple NBA players. We have all NBA players.
But that's bad.
Yeah,
and I would tell Michael that.
In
my complete mind.
Because it's not a team.
Fournier's taken that last shot for France.
Absolutely.
Every time. They might lose.
And they know Fournier's
But
taken.
think about in that game, the guy from Boston you just mentioned.
Yeah, he's the worst.
He's wide open.
Yeah, he won't shoot.
And he didn't shoot it. Yeah. No. What do you mean?
I bet him on FanDuel.
Tatum has shot that ball.
I bet him on FanDuel over 30 every game he's played. I don't even think twice. No, he's 30.
He scores 50. And you're passing up a 13-footer
Yep.
because you want to make Lillard feel better?
No, Lillard and Durant 7 for 22, so we don't have to look for it.
My.
Must win the next 2 to get in the medal round. Now, if they get in the medal round, the 2s play the 1s, they're fine.
I kind of figure they're going to be in the medal. I'll be shocked if they don't get in the medal round. I will.
Oh, yeah.
I think they'll get there, but I don't mean they're going to win it. No. I think they'll get there.
The tired excuse would work until we saw what Doncic had.
It has nothing to do with tired.
He had 48.
Yeah, and the kid from Miami, from Milwaukee,
Yeah, he played
got off
great.
the bench.
Yeah, he played
got off
great.
the plane
Yep.
and scored 21.
Yep.
So.
Hey, this NBA draft, it's this week. Here's my thought. I've watched like I said, I used to not watch.
Right.
With the COVID and the lockout, and I've
yeah.
seen a million games. I'd go backwards. The kid from Oak State's good.
That's the one they're going to take.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
but I don't look at him and see Ralph Sampson or whomever.
I agree.
I would move back and accumulate.
Yeah.
But they're taking him.
Kate Cunningham's going for sure.
Yeah.
Yes,
I remember the first day I saw him, I called you. I said, there's this freshman due for Oak State. I said,
6'7".
I said, he's not normal.
He's a Simmons who can shoot. That's what he is. He's Simmons who can shoot, so that's a pretty good player.
Okay, let's talk NFL. The teams are in camp. Steelers Cowboys went first because they play next Thursday night out in Canton. They will turn that place into Yunzerville. Stay away from Canton next week. There will be more Iron City beer and terrible towels than you'll care to see.
It's going to be there.
Because you got Faneca, you got Paul Malo, you got Power.
Yeah.
You got, and I believe the gentleman that
None
did the black colleges first.
He's there too.
He should be in the front.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just incredible. I was thinking, you know how it's such a copycat league? I mean, First game
Totally.
they play one series, second game they play third. With only 3 exhibitions, I'm not counting Steelers and Cowboys. The others have
Right.
3. Let's say they don't play in the first one.
They won't.
Probably won't play in the last one.
They won't.
That's it.
It's going to happen like that.
It'll be raggedy early.
It's going to happen like that all the time.
Be raggedy
Yeah,
early.
it will be. And it almost always is.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I
It's gonna
just
happen like that
wondered
for
if
sure.
you thought that was.
It's not changing.
Now, Watson came in. He doesn't lose 50 grand a day. He was born in the morning, but not
Mm-hmm.
this morning. People are waiting. They want 3 first-rounders. People are reluctant because they don't know what the commissioner's going to do as far as his punishment. He's going to get something.
Yeah, he will get something. And I'd make that trade, by the way. You don't get a quarter. You don't get a
No.
quarterback.
I was driving over here. Somebody said, I don't know. I said, 3 guys? I'd even let him sit a year
No,
out.
that's what I meant. And that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I go to the NFL.
He's a stud.
I go to the NFL and say, if you want to send him out a year, that's it. But
We want him.
But right now, you don't think if Denver said, not this year, but next year we have Watson waiting to come in at quarterback.
Who would you pick?
Yeah, I do it. I take the chance.
Hey, how about
I
this?
would.
I'm looking week 0. The old week 0.
Is there week 0 again?
Yeah. But wait a minute. It's not a regular week 0. The Big Ten's playing.
They have to, don't they? That's what I
Well,
said, yes.
they have. I saw
TV probably. I'm thinking
Virginia's
TV, I'm
in
guessing.
there. Some other easy games for
Some TV. I'm
some
thinking
of these
TV
other
is-
teams. But Penn State, opening week, where are they at? At Whiskey.
We'll find out right
Franklin
away.
was saying, he said, I've never been there. He said, I coach for the Packers. He said, but when they start jumping around, I said, well, you'll know when they
You'll know
start
right
jumping
away.
around because the place will be shaking.
Yes.
How about this early game? Beetle is back at Illinois. They open with Nebraska.
How about that?
And how about this? Illinois has been so bad.
Right.
They beat Nebraska last
No, Illinois was a bowl team. Was a bowl
year. Yeah,
game.
they got it
Yes.
at 6-6.
Yeah, yes. Uh-huh.
The NIL has taken over. Now, Saban, he's only smarter than everybody else, too, besides the rich being
Right.
richer. He accidentally mentions at his press conference,
Excellent.
that his quarterback has made $1 million already and hasn't taken a snap.
Yeah, those years went up for the quarterback in California. Was thinking about between Alabama and Southern Cal.
$1 million.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going Alabama.
I agree
Yes,
100%. You're
Yeah.
right on. Al, with Oklahoma and Texas, they filled out the paperwork today.
That's nice.
They're leaving. Al, let me ask you. Oklahoma and Texas, obviously 2 big additions. The Big 12 can't survive.
They aren't surviving.
They're gonna.
There's no chance. They're
They're gonna go to the Pac-12.
I don't think that's the one that's gonna
Are we
break up.
going to 4-16s?
Yeah.
Let me ask you then, Al. If we go to 4-16s, are the MACs and the Sun Belts
in trouble.
going to be forced to the
They're
spring?
in trouble. They're in trouble. I don't know if they'll play in the spring, but they're in trouble. I don't know how it's going to work.
Okay.
It is interesting. I'll just
Little
say
early.
I'll just say they're in trouble.
And it's
because
like dun, 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 dun. West Virginia is looking for a chair.
I just don't know that if NCAA is going to be involved with those teams. That's my thinking. Where's the
No
NCAA?
watchdog.
Where's the NCAA?
Oh no, they're dead.
That's what I mean.
Kavanaugh neutered them.
Right.
They're neutered.
But I'm saying they're not involved.
No.
Well, they're not going to be needed. How about Division III and Division II? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Where are they going to be? Where are they needed?
Get
at?
their money from somewhere. Now the TBT is still going on. The basketball tournament. Boy, I know one thing. I've only seen a few games.
Me too.
Al, it gets better every year. Remember once I told you I thought a college could beat them?
I remember telling you that.
And you said, then you and Fran Frischel had convinced me.
Well, I just said they're so physical, so big, they're so mature. You can live on this one. I remember when I was 24, and these 16-year-olds thought they were 18, thought they were really good.
Just bounce them around like
Yeah,
that.
I go down the lane, not thinking I was strong, just mow them over.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the college kids think they're strong.
Yeah, no. Not these, but hey, we got 30 seconds. The Pitt player that got shot twice, he's going to be in camp. Lucky for him.
like that.
God
I
was
like
with
that,
him
yeah.
because he
Yeah,
could have
I
been.
like that.
Last thing, we're Browns territory. The Mayfield contract's up. If you wait, there are 2 other dudes that are up. It's like the merry-go going around.
works.
You might as well pay them.
It
You're going to
goes
have to pay them more.
Yep.
Absolutely. You heard it here. Thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports.